Greetings, my friends, and welcome to No Nonsense Metal Reviews. I'm George, and today I'm back with something I haven't done in a long time, actually. But after listening to this particularly solid live album recently, I thought, hey, it's worth doing a live Killers review on this one. So, if you're new to the channel or you haven't seen any of the previous live Killers episodes I've done, this is essentially my show to show my appreciation of different live albums, not necessarily the most successful or the most well-known live albums, but live albums that I think are absolutely well worth your attention and well worth the time and energy. So, today's live killer then comes from a Norwegian black metal band, or an industrial black metal band to be more specific. A band that's a recent discovery for me, I have to admit. Heard the name, wasn't necessarily all that familiar with their music until, say, a few months ago. But actually, this is one of the strangest, but at the same time, oddly enjoyable bands that I've discovered in a long time. So this particular band, hail from Norway, been around since about 1990 to 1993, I think. I think there was sort of name changes and different incarnations at the time, but the band in question is Mysticum, and this is the live killer Never Stop the Madness from the Roadburn festival, the Roadburn Inferno, in fact. So this one is absolutely mental, I have to say. It's certainly got all the iconography and all the aesthetics of being an industrial effort, but industrial black metal is something that I have to admit I am not familiar with. I don't know if there are too many other industrial black metal bands out there, but I certainly enjoy my black metal, and this just being quite interesting, unique black metal ticks the boxes for me. So, a live killer because it is totally bombastic stuff. This is really, really quite out there. I don't know if you can gauge from the album cover there and probably from the aesthetics on the inside. This is particularly crazy stuff. This is out there. Very interesting indeed. So, from the Roadburn Festival 2017, in fact, this was on the tour, if you like, or touring quite heavily, the Planet Satan album, which is actually only the second album from the band. But this was Saturday, April 22nd, the venue in Tilburg, Netherlands. So that's where it was. That's where it all went down. This particularly mental industrial ritual. And we've got some pretty cool artwork to show our lineup there. So we've got an interesting bunch here. Interesting stage names as well. And all guitars or vocals across the band. There's 3 members, no drummer. It's actually programmed drums or computerized drumming, which I have to admit I'm not necessarily a massive fan of. But I think in the context of industrial music and industrial metal anyway, I think you'd struggle to find a drummer who could actually kind of hit notes in that sequence. So yes, maybe computer drumming, drum programs, whatever, maybe it does have a place in this context. But we'd have Her General Sarastes, or Sarastes, not sure, Dr. Best, and Svarttraven. Interesting. A little bit of kind of German connotations there. But interesting stuff, no doubt indeed. So, why is this a live killer? Well, as indicated, it's particularly mental stuff. It's 50 minutes, 9 tracks of just absolutely mental out there, hallucinogenic, kind of drug-fueled metal in its purest form. So this crazy drug trip consists of a CD and a DVD, and I have actually watched the DVD last week, and have to say, as predicted, and as you may have gauged, it is a particularly mental affair with some serious epileptic fit-inducing light shows, lots of flashy iconography there. Really, really weird, but really cool at the same time. Perfect kind of showcase, and the stage did look exactly as it does on the album cover there, where we've got the members standing on plinths and pillars, and big flashing screens, lots of lights. As I say, it's proper trippy stuff. The music itself is really good. As I say, it's leaning heavily towards the Planet Satan album, which is a really good album. I think there's only actually the 2 full-length albums in total. Quite a gap in between them as well. But they're heavily promoting that newest album, and we get some really great renditions of the industrially heavy tracks such as Far and Fist of Satan. We've got LSD, or Lucifer in the Sky is Deceiving, I think it is, something like that, if I can decipher the lyrics well enough. But really crazy stuff with machine gun drumming. Obviously it is computerized, but absolutely inhuman machine gun paced drumming with these really frosty, really mechanical black metal riffs over the top. Fast and furious stuff. It's absolutely just a torrent of mechanized madness. We've got The Ether, which is a really good track. One of the highlights for me. A little bit of a weird one. Very kind of psychedelic. There's a real sort of psychedelic vibe about it. It's quite a long track, but it's really quite unnerving and ominous in its sound and style. Kingdom Comes and Fear, or Crypt of Fear, I should say. 2 more good tracks there. Plenty of great riffing. The whole kind of drum program thing going on there. It really does add a different aesthetic to it. But on some of the tracks, it's less prominent and more convincing that it could be a human than on some of the other tracks, like the opening track Far, which is absolutely inhuman. So you've got a couple of really great tracks there, but I think the best run of tracks is from track number 7, Annihilation, which begins with that air raid siren screech, into Cosmic Gun, which is a black metal bombardment, really heavy stuff indeed, and it's definitely going to appease fans of bands like Marduk, for example, or Dissection. Heavy stuff, some great riffing there, and All Must End, which closes the album in a pretty spectacular and crushing manner. So, if you're not familiar with Mysticum, then this is a good starting point for you, because you get a pretty good rundown of some of the best tracks from the band off the 2 albums. This was actually the first release of the band that I heard, and I was convinced from this to then go out and acquire the other bits and pieces in their catalogue. But it's just a really, really solid effort. 50 minutes. Vocally, yeah, I think that it's obviously in that traditional black metal style, and no, it might not be groundbreaking stuff, but it absolutely fits the music. But it's just those riffs. It's the absolutely crazy cold nature of it that's just mechanical. You've got that kind of foundry hammering in the background. The whole thing just works. It's a new experience for me listening to industrial black metal, but I think Mysticum do it, and they do it really, really well. So I'd say if you're looking for something a little bit different, but you like your black metal, primarily, if you don't like black metal, then this probably is not going to tick the boxes for you. But if you like Emperor, and you like Dark Throne or Watain, and you also like Fear Factory, then this is totally going to tick the boxes for you. Mysticum with Never Stop the Madness, the Roadburn Inferno. A really nice package. You could pick this up for next to nothing, to be honest. Just a solid live killer. Just show off some of the cool aesthetics that we've got going on in the little booklet as well before I forget. Really cool. As I say, this is just totally crazy, trippy, mind-altering stuff. Really nice little package. Just think I'd love to have seen that. Just looks so effective with all the crazy satanic imagery going on there. And the lights and the colour scheme. Yep. Looks like a ritual. You would just assume from looking at the aesthetics that it's just black metal, but there's a little bit of something more in there. A whole lot of industrial stuff going on there. Crazy. So as I say, if you like your black metal, you like your industrial music, then you're definitely going to appreciate this. Are you a fan of Mysticum? Are you a fan of industrial black metal? Are you a fan of Never Stop the Madness? Interested to hear thoughts and opinions of others. If you've never heard this, a do recommend you check it out. It is definitely worth your time. It is a live killer. Thanks for watching, my friends. Please do feel free to like and subscribe. Do check back soon for more reviews and recommendations of all the good heavy things. Above all, take care of yourselves and stay heavy.